Anna Ecklund, one of the most famous demonologists of all time, was reportedly exorcised as a young girl, though there's some confusion about whether this actually happened. In today's video, we're going to look at the supposed exorcism of Anna Ecklund and see what we can make of it. Let's get into it. For those of you who aren't familiar with Anna Ecklund, she was born in 1878 in Stockholm, Sweden. Her parents were members of the elite Anglo class. Her father was a judge, and her mother came from a long line of Lutheran pastors. So yeah, they weren't poor by any means. And even though her family could afford nice things, Anna seemed to be destined for a life of poverty. From an early age, Anna had fits, uncontrollable shaking of her body, and she would go missing for days at a time. She was also very promiscuous, sleeping with men just to get money so that she could buy alcohol. It wasn't until Anna got sick with something called acute colitis that she started having visions and hearing voices. The visions were of Jesus Christ, Mary, and a third figure that she believed to be Saint Michael. These visions were disturbing, though, because Jesus and Mary told her that she was possessed by the devil and they wanted her to be cured. At first, Anna didn't believe them, but eventually she did. This is where our story begins. A woman named Ellen John's daughter had gone to see Anna for help with her own personal problems. And when Anna was able to accurately describe things about Ellen's life, Ellen started believing that Anna had some sort of special powers. And after hearing Anna talk about how she was possessed by the devil, Ellen thought that maybe Anna needed a professional's help. She took Anna to see a doctor named Axel Munthe. Axel tried everything he knew to treat Anna, but nothing worked. And when his medicine cabinet failed him, he brought in a priest to bless her. Not long after the priest blessed Anna, she started speaking in tongues and claimed to have seen a vision of hell. And that's when it hit Axel. He realized that Anna wasn't mentally ill. She was possessed by a demon. It didn't take long for word to spread about the possessed girl who had come to visit Dr. Mante. Soon, Anna's house was filled with priests, doctors, family members, and curious onlookers. With all these people in her home, Anna began acting out. She urinated on the floor, threw feces at visitors, bit people, and even scratched up some of the furniture. One day, Father Samuel Lidmanson performed an exorcism on Anna, and during the ritual, she bit off the end of his finger. Soon after this incident, Anna's mother took her to see another priest named Father Bernard O'Brien, who, according to legend, cast the last exorcism over her. But which one of these two exorcisms was real? Which one of these stories are true? And how much of this was a hoax? Well, the thing is, both stories seem to check out. If you look at the official church records, you can find documentation of both exorcisms. The first one performed by Father Lidman on April 23, 1906, and the second one performed by Father Bernard O'Brien on May 24, 1906. What's weird is that according to the records, the exorcisms were effective. After Father Lidman performed the ritual, Anna was cured, and after Father O'Brien performed the ritual, Anna was cured for good. But there's a problem here because if you read about these exorcisms online, you'll hear that neither one of them worked and that Anna remained possessed until she died. So which one of these versions is true? Well, the answer may surprise you. As it turns out, both versions are true. Both exorcisms worked. Anna was cured, but she soon became possessed again. Just a month after Father Bernard O'Brien performed the exorcism, Anna began having seizures once again. She started foaming at the mouth, levitating, moving objects around with her mind and speaking in tongues. People flocked to her house just like before, and Anna began making money off of her possessions. This time around, Anna stayed possessed until she died on March 21, 1923. Throughout her adult life, she continued having affairs, drinking heavily, getting arrested for stealing and attending seances. None of the priests who previously tried to help her were able to cure her permanently, and she was still making money off of her possession. So it seemed like a great idea to try one last exorcism. Father Albert Allen was the priest assigned to do the final exorcism. And according to legend, he was assisted by two doctors, a psychiatrist named Dr. Samuel A.B. Hansen and a general practitioner named Dr. Eric Aspenstrom. Father Alban wanted to perform the exorcism in public so that everyone could witness the truth of what was happening. And that's exactly what happened on March 21st, 1923. Hundreds of spectators lined up outside the hall where the exorcism was to be performed. Some of the spectators were priests and doctors, while others were just regular people who had heard about the possessed woman. Everyone was eager to see what was going to happen. And when the doors opened and Anna was carried into the room, the crowd rushed in. When the room was filled with spectators, Anna was laid on a table, and the ritual began. As the exorcism progressed, Anna thrashed around, foamed at the mouth, spoke in tongues, and cursed the people performing the exorcism. But slowly but surely, she began to calm down. As the sun rose the next morning, Anna calmed down further. She stopped struggling and opened her eyes for the last time. But instead of showing gratitude or remorse for her tormentors, she gave them a wicked smile and said, "Now I will begin my revenge." And then she died. To say that the people in the room were shocked would be an understatement. They had expected Anna to find peace after the exorcism, not die. And to make matters worse, Anna's body didn't behave normally after she died. As the doctors prepared her body for burial, they noticed that rigor mortis hadn't set in and her jaw wouldn't stay closed. But they managed to prepare her nonetheless and transport her back home. When Anna's family showed up to view the body, they too were horrified. According to those who witnessed it, Anna's body began to convulse. Her head moved around freely, and when her mother touched her face, she felt warm and moist. After seeing what appeared to be a zombie rise from the dead, Anna's family decided that it would be best to bury her right away. They dug a deep grave and buried her under a concrete slab, almost as if they were burying a venomous animal. But that's not the end of the story. Years later, after the grave had been disturbed several times, a priest named Père E. Auberg found Anna's skeleton in the cemetery. Anna's skull was missing, but the rest of her bones were still there. Now, this part of the story gets really strange because Anna's case-inspired author August Strindberg to write a play called The Exorcism of Anna Ecklund. The playwright sent a copy of the play to Pope Pius XI and asked him if the story was real, and the Pope replied that yes, it was. But that wasn't the only response that Strindberg received. Another response came from Anna herself, or at least it was supposedly from Anna. In a letter dated March 25, 1925, Anna wrote to Strandberg, "Dear Mr. Strandberg, thank you very much for your kind interest in my case. But it was only a stupid hoax. There never was any demon in me. However, I am now dead. Yours truly, Anna." Maybe Anna wrote this letter, or maybe it was written by someone else. We'll probably never know. But if it was Anna, then the whole story of her being possessed was a hoax. And if it wasn't Anna, then who wrote it? What do you think? Was Anna possessed by a demon, or was she just an evil woman who liked making money? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more great videos.